name is Jean-Pascal and I am a Kepler student. This video is going to teach you about procrastination and how to deal with it. Moreover, it will give you tips to discover illusions of competence of learning. How often do you use these words? Keep the answer. The truth is, if you frequently use these words, you are a procrastinator. Procrastination hinders your performance at school. It hinders your performance at workplace as well. But what is procrastination? Procrastination is the habit of delaying an important task, usually by focusing on less urgent, more enjoyable, easier activities instead. It is different from laziness. Some people do confuse that. Laziness is an unwillingness to act. Procrastinators don't realize that time is really going. Procrastination has stages. Actually, it has 5 stages. The first stage is false sense of security. This is stage 1. Most people tend to feel safe, to feel secured. They just feel like, I don't have to do this right now. I'm safe. I still have long time to deal with this task. This is really negative because at the end you end up having too much to do and you don't have time for that. The second stage is laziness overpowering. You make yourself lazy. You are always sleeping. You always say, I have much time for this. You think you are super smart to deal with something in a very short time. You say, I know. But what is missing is just starting. If I start this, I will complete it in 2 minutes or 2 hours. And in the reality, you cannot really do that because it will add up, and you end up having no capacity to deal with it, as well as meeting the deadline. The third stage is making excuses. Excuses. This is when you tell yourself, no, I'm not doing this because you have that because, there are the urgent tasks, there are the things that I really have to work to. Oh, I have to watch this movie, I have to finish this, Just caring about less important tasks more than what you really have to do. So this is also another problem. Stage 4 is denial. Like, you deny. You don't really accept that you are procrastinating. You are like, I have time, I don't need to sleep, Coffee is proper replacement for the meal, You just have those inner voices that you are not really procrastinating. And then the end of it, because there are tasks that you are leaving behind, when they add up, now you fail to deal with them. The 4th stage, like stage 4 of procrastination, panic. Then you cannot really avoid panicking when you have been procrastinating tasks till the last day, like when the deadline now comes. Like, you are at the end of the month, look at the list of the tasks that you should have accomplished before the end of the month. Now on the 29th of the month, you have bunch of reports to work on, you have to make calls, you have, it's really sad. Then what happens is what, you just panic. You just run out of your mind, you just run away, you just seek help. Sometimes you go to look for reports in the office when people are closed, You don't have a plan B, Like, there are some irreversible processes, like there is no any other option. Like, you have to face it, you have to face the risk, you have to endure the consequences of having procrastinated. So you really have to avoid procrastination. However, even though it's really challenging, But procrastination, you can call it a habit, you can call it like something that you are addicted to, but there are ways to overcome procrastination. Good news is like there are ways to handle it. It's a good news. So according to Mindful's website, there are 3 steps to take when you want to handle procrastination. The first thing you need to do, recognize that you are procrastinating. You really have to know that. Some people, like, they say, I'm not procrastinating while they are doing it. And when you don't accept that you are procrastinating, you can't deal with it. You all know that doctors cannot heal diseases unless patients have gone to the hospitals, meet the doctors, and doctors know what they are suffering from. Now they give them treatment. It's the same as procrastination. When you don't admit that you are procrastinating, you can't solve that problem. The next step, you have to work out on why you are procrastinating. Like, you ask yourself questions. Why am I procrastinating? So you will find different reasons why. Even if you are organized, you can still feel overwhelmed by a task. Perhaps you have doubts about your ability and are worried about failing. So you put it off and seek comfort in doing work that you know that you are capable of completing. That time you are procrastinating. The last thing that you really have to do in order to overcome procrastination is to adopt anti-procrastination strategies. The first strategy is forgiving yourself for procrastinating in the past. You have done that, but now you want to overcome it. Then you forgive yourself and you say, I'm going to be really positive, I'm going to change this. Another thing to do, just promise yourself around, say, once I do this, once I complete this task in this time, I have to get a cup of coffee. You can also say, I will go out, You know what you like, you set a reward. You can also ask someone to check up on you. Like, you tell your friend, I have been procrastinating, I want to overcome it. I am using these strategies. Please check whether I'm on the right track, whether I'm overcoming procrastination, whether I'm doing it or not. That will help you. Another thing is to act as you like, just tackle, like, just accomplish tasks as they are right. When they say do this, just do it. Don't wait. Don't act like you did not listen to the instructions. When they tell you do this, just do it right away. Another thing is rephrasing your internal dialogue. Sometimes I have to. These are not good verbs you should be using. Like, they are not good phrases you should be telling yourself. Just change it and make it like I choose to. Like, you are doing something because you have a reason. That will really help you out. Another thing that you have to do is to minimize distractions. Sometimes emails, social medias, they are really distracting us. So you end up postponing, like procrastinating, because you are chatting with someone. Some people are chatting, you cannot really find time for them. Just sometimes decide to turn off the data of your phone. You disconnect it, then you focus. That will help you overcome the procrastination. The last thing to do to overcome procrastination, just aim to eat an elephant pizza first thing every day. Like, ignore things that you don't enjoy doing. So start with them, finish them earlier. You will not procrastinate, because you will end up doing what you like. After overcoming this problem of procrastination, you will be ever productive. Everything will change. You will be celebrating. Observe this image clearly. What do you see? Well, I can see that the imagination is different from the reality. The image depicts a person who thinks that his or her brain is strong while it is weak. That happens to most of people. After learning a material, you are like, I'm good. I have crammed it. I have retained the content, like I have memorized it. but now you think you have learned enough the material, but you fail to pass the test you have been preparing for. Like, you have been learning for a week. Like in 6 days, you think you are done. Like, I am done. I have retained the material. I have memorized. I am ready for the test. And then when you reach the test, you fail it. So briefly, the illusion of competence of learning is making a mistake that we have mastered a particular topic, while in reality we did not. There are some tips to discover illusion of competence. And once you discover illusion of competence, you will be productive. You will learn better. You will pass tests. You will be good at school or at the workplace. First of all, practice recording. After reading for a while, like for some minutes, please take a short break and reflect on what you have been reading. And you ask yourself, do I remember? Just try to look around, like just look away. Don't. Sometimes when you're still reading in the book, you think that you have got the material, you have memorized everything. And try to look around, look away, and ask yourself, do I remember? And try to tell that story you were reading. Try to remember. Try to write it somewhere else. Like that, if you find you are doing good, that's now progress. But just practice recording. Another thing, just practice chunking. Try to break down complex information into smaller information in order to understand it better. Another thing, use Pomodoro. Pomodoro is a technique that you use while learning. You learn for 25 minutes, you take a short break, like for 5 minutes, and then learn another 25 minutes, like that, like 25 minute concentration, 5 minutes break. Keep doing that, and like you go on extending the break as you spend much time reading the concept. Lastly, test yourself. It is very embarrassing to go in a test and you fail it, whereas there was an option of testing yourself while you still have that opportunity of changing. Like for instance, if you prepare for a test and like in 1 day before the test, you take a test, you self-test yourself, you test yourself, and you find that you are not good enough, you will keep on learning. Like like the test scores will highlight areas of weakness, areas of improvement. Then you take time and go through the material, you concentrate on those areas of weakness, and you improve, and successfully you will be good. You will pass the test. You will get good grades. Thank you for watching.